Well, do you want to start a podcast? Watch this video. To start a podcast, the one that I recommend for you is to use Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout, okay? Just go to Google or Bing and type Buzzsprout. And then it will take you to this interface. You go to sign up for Buzzsprout. Then you put your details. For example, Emmanuel. So you type Emmanuel, and then you put your emails. Okay. And then it will take you to the next interface where you have to complete some other fields there. After you create your account, you need to confirm it in your email. And after confirming, you can now log on to Buzzsprout. So I have got an account already, and so I'll just go to log in, and then you can see that I have my details there, and then I click log in. It's logging in. Right. So it will take you to this interface. When you create account on Buzzsprout, they give you a free version, which when you post a video, it will last for 3 months, which is 90 days, and then they will delete it from the system. If you want your videos to stay on Buzzsprout without Buzzsprout deleting them, then you need to subscribe by paying about $13 or $12. And yeah, I'm on the free podcast, and so I'm on the free version, and so that's why it shows you 88 days, and this one is 89 days. After 88 days or 89 days, these videos will be deleted. And one thing about Buzzsprout is that you can add some other platforms to your to Buzzsprout, so that when you post something on Buzzsprout, other platforms like Spotify, let me open it. Other platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, but for Google Podcasts, you cannot get listed on Google Podcasts if you're using a free version. If you want to get listed on Google Podcasts, then you need to subscribe by paying, I think, $12 or so, or $13, something like that. Then you can get listed on Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, iTunes plus Alexa, TuneIn plus Alexa, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Podcast Index. If you are able to link your account to Apple Podcasts, your podcast will automatically be available in popular podcast applications including Overcast, Castro, Castbox, and Podfriend. But sometimes logging on to get listed on Apple Podcasts is a bit tedious. It takes, I've tried many times, but it's not working. So let's look at how you can get listed on some of these platforms. If you want to get listed on Pandora, and Pandora is not in South Africa yet, and so let me just show you the interface. You just click on Pandora and follow the steps there, and you'll get your podcast or your audio also on Pandora. Let's look at Spotify. Spotify, if you want to get I have already been listed, and so it says view your podcast in Spotify, so I can do that. And so for Apple Podcasts, as I've said, it's a bit tedious. I've tried many times, but it seems not to work. So it will give you this instructions. It says, is your podcast already listed in Apple Podcasts? If you moved to Buzzsprout and already have an Apple Podcast listing, you do not need to resubmit. You should check out this article instead, and it goes on and on and on. But if you have not been listed on Apple Podcasts, then you need to copy this RSS, and then you go to launch Apple Podcast Connect, and then it will take you to this interface. The internet is a bit slow today, so bear with me. It will take you to this interface where you put your Apple ID, and then you click submit, and then follow whatever instructions that it gives you. But after this interface, it does not actually work out. It sends me the code all right, and after putting the code, I still cannot connect to Apple. To After putting in the code, I can't still connect to Apple Podcast. Maybe this time it may work. Let's hope so. But it keeps on giving me this interface. So I think the problem still exists, and so let's move to the other. So basically, that is how you can get yourself listed in other platforms. So Buzzsprout is a very good platform. So for instance, if you get listed on Spotify, you can see I have already been listed, so I can go to view your podcast in Spotify, and so I'll click on it, and then it takes me to straight away to Spotify. Yeah, the internet, as I said, is a bit slow, but let's keep on waiting, and it will take us there. So when it takes you to Spotify, you just have to, you can see I have been listed there. It says Kobe's Podcast, and you can see I have an audio here. Let me play it. I made this audio a few days ago, and it does not want to play. Don't know what is wrong. Okay, but I think it's playing now. Yeah, it will play. Just some few seconds, and so basically that is that. You would see your podcast also on Spotify. Let's check the others. If you want to check other platforms, you go to Amazon Music. You go to Amazon Music, and yeah, if you are listening for the first time, this is how you go about it. So you just copy this and so forth and so forth. Yeah, it gives you the. So basically, that is that. So Buzzsprout is a very good platform of which you can start your podcast and start sharing audios to your friends and loved ones and even your enemies. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'll be bringing a lot ways of doing things on the computer and some tech information. Thank you.